Well, guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. One of the types of crimes we cover on here that is despicable in my opinion are crimes against the elderly, especially when they're committed by younger folk. Today I'm going to talk about carjacking crimes that are occurring out there in Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out Baltimore. And how they are rising significantly with these attacks against the elderly with their cars. And recently in the news, an 81-year-old man was carjacked at a gas station out there in Baltimore. And this news article talks about other incidents where people were robbed of their vehicles and they're of, the elderly age range. Under no conditions should something like this even happen. And it seems like, not just Baltimore, but other places across the country, it seems like people, are not paying attention to this. You constantly keep hearing people saying, hey, we don't feel safe out here. We don't feel this. We don't feel that. Something got to be done, and it got to stop, man, for real. I mean, it's aggravating just even doing these stories sometimes. And just seeing how uncaring and just savage some people are in a quest to take something from you they know they can't keep just for a joyride or to walk around and show people, look what I have or look what I did. You can't tell me these people that are out here committing these crimes are a crime of necessity. It's more of a crime of pure enjoyment. Take a look at this story and I'll be back with commentary.
Tonight, Baltimore police are looking for 3 people they say could be responsible for carjacking of an elderly man in East Baltimore.
I mean, come on now. This is getting out of hand. I mean, 81-year-old people getting robbed.
As police look into that case, it's just the latest carjacking of an elderly person in recent months.
At the corner of East 25th and Robb Street in East Baltimore.
They robbed the car and personal items.
Reports of an armed carjacking. The victim, according to police, an 81-year-old.
He was shaken, he was scared.
The victim running to a nearby convenience store for help.
He didn't have his phone, he didn't have his wallet, he didn't have his keys.
This woman, who wants to keep her identity concealed, called 911. Take a listen to police audio.
3 number 1 males. The first number 1 male, black ski mask. Second one is ski mask. And they are around 25.
But he think they were young because of the voice. But he didn't see anything. He said that he had a gun in his face.
Baltimore police releasing these images of who they say they're looking for.
I mean, come on now. This is getting out of hand.
This crime comes after several other incidents of an elderly person falling victim to carjackers that Fox 45 has reported on. In November,
The victim is a number 1 female, 62 years of age.
a 62-year-old.
One of these bastards came over, said, give me the keys to your car, banged on me, I'm having to go to the emergency room now.
A 79-year-old.
It's incoherent to even just think that somebody at a young age will mess with an 83-year-old woman.
And an 83-year-old were all carjacked in the same week, back in September.
Saw a lady laying in the middle of the parking lot, and she had blood all on her. She was laid out, her shoe was off, her glasses were off, and I thought she was dead.
A 65-year-old ran over by her own vehicle while being carjacked in last January.
Told me that they had never seen violence to this extent.
A 77-year-old Bolton Hill man was seriously injured during the carjacking.
He had 4 fractures, 2 fractured vertebrae, a fractured clavicle, and a fractured rib, and he had to go in for brain surgery on the 25th to drain the brain bleed.
Meanwhile, in the Eastern District, where the latest elderly victim was carjacked, carjackings are up 167% in a 28-day period compared to this time last year.
It's terrible out here right now. He got robbed at gunpoint, so I guess they gotta face the consequences of what they did.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch.
All right, guys, you've seen the story. Said the guy was shaking. He was in so much fear. At 81 years old, man, you can hardly walk around without breaking bones sometimes, depending on your physical condition. Last thing you need to worry about is somebody younger and more robust in their health to walk up on you and try to take something you got. So they walked up on him and just pulled guns on him, scared the hell out of the man, took his car, phone, and everything was in the car. For what? He's a young man. They always talk about, two heads is better than one. Yeah, well, three must be worse than just being one person. And it's crazy how, like, you got all these people walking up on people or running down on people, committing crimes, all with the same mindset, and don't care if they hurt or injure somebody. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear all of those things that they named? One lady got ran over by a car after they took it. Just drove off, probably laughing. And that's the thing. You're seeing all of these crazy, savage type crimes out here, and people are getting enjoyment in knowing that they take something, and then whatever excitement comes after it at your own expense and injury is still not enough to make them reconsider and say, hey, you know what, I did wrong. Let me accept responsibility. Nowadays, man, out here, you got a bunch of people that are disingenuous. They'll lie even though you got all the evidence against them. Do some crazy stuff and don't have no shame at all whatsoever. You cannot tell me with the recent rise in crime, people don't get highs off of doing dumb stuff and get more emboldened knowing the fact that they got away the last time. It's something in the human psyche that draws people to doing repetitive stuff, be it positive and negative, even if it's at the expense of you, the person they're doing it to. And that's the part that's messed up. And these are young men, but they're men all the same. What are they going to do with them when they catch them? If they catch them. What you think about that? What are you going to do if they catch them? If they catch them? They said when juveniles get caught, the minimum they face is an ankle monitor. They get arrested, put right back out in the street. Whoever made that law need to have the shit smacked out of them. That's the stupidest thing. Then we always talk about, hey, where's the parenting? A lot of these kids ain't being parented at all. And that's the thing. A lot of these kids come from households, one-person households where, hell, you got to work. You know what I'm saying? And they busy working 9 to 5s, and these kids are out here raising themselves, just running the street. It was a story last month that I didn't do about an elderly woman that was robbed, and they had the people talking about how they felt about it in the street, you know, and how they didn't feel safe, and they were talking a little bit about it, and they had police talking about it. Take a look at this.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this Friday night at 6. I'm Kelly Swoop. An 81-year-old woman carjacked at a gas station at 8:30 this morning. 4 teenagers arrested with the car just a few blocks away. WMER2 News' Jeff Morgan has the story.
At a gas station just off York Road, an 81-year-old woman was approached by a person. According to police, she said he grabbed her keys and forced his way into her sedan, then took off.
It's kind of sickening. There's an 81-year-old person who is targeted by some young individuals.
The woman was unharmed. 4 hours later, police found the car just a few blocks away with 4 teens inside during school hours. 1 15-year-old girl and 3 15-year-old boys were taken into custody. According to BPD, all 3 of the boys were known to the department with handgun, burglary, and aggravated assault arrests, something the department is putting out at the direction of Commissioner Worley.
I see the frustration, and I'm the commissioner, so I'm frustrated, but I'm not the one out there arresting these kids, these young people every day and seeing them right back out and arresting them again.
We caught up with neighbors in the area who say the community has gone downhill, adding that they don't feel safe at night walking the community.
It's difficult for an average person to kind of feel comfortable walking into certain venues, like going to the gas station.
We asked him if there are typically school-age kids roaming the area during school hours.
As far as during the day, you usually don't see a lot of kids during school hours. But then again, it really depends on where you are, because I know that if it was warmer, yeah, you might see a few out, kind of ditching school.
Despite the 3 male teens arrested having prior run-ins with police, they were released from DJS. This is because detention is not allowed for a misdemeanor. The charge currently given to the minors is only possession of a stolen automobile.
We did catch them. We didn't catch them right away, but because there's a time lapse between when we caught them and when the vehicle was carjacked, it had to be charged as stolen auto.
The charge could be amended to unarmed carjacking if BPD confirms the 4 teens found with it were the ones who stole it. That could get them detention, but at a minimum would have electronic monitoring. In Baltimore, Jeff Morgan, WMAR 2 News.
All right, guys. That's the second story. I don't know how it is to be 81. That's 30 years down the road from me. Hopefully I'll make it to that age. But I don't know how it is to feel 81 or be 81 years old. But I do know this. At 81 years old, you've seen a lot and did a lot. And to have some crazy stuff happening to you where, you know, you're exposed just doing something as innocent as pumping gas, a necessity for those that go to and fro in this country, and to be subject to somebody coming up to you, strong-arming you, not caring if you're somebody's mom, somebody's grandma, somebody's wife. But I'm more than sure if this happened to their people, they'd be screaming till the doors fall off that they want justice, or it's messed up somebody and they want to do something about it. That's the thing. People are doing stuff out here right now that if it was done to them and theirs, they would be out for blood. And that's the thing. As far as the justice system and all of this type of stuff, like I always talk about, seem like they turn a deaf ear. They say, oh, we're working on it, or it's always some type of stipulation or guidelines that we got to follow, and that's the law. If the law is the law, change the fucking law. Make it more severe. You running down on old people doing crazy stuff to them, that's no different than a child. Ain't no damn way somebody 81 years old has the strength and stamina to deal with one person in their early 20s, let alone 3, or teenagers who are descending on people like packs of wolves nowadays. It's not right. It's not right. I mean, what kind of country do we have where we don't even take care of the interests of our people, the innocent ones that pay taxes and make the country run, if what they saying is true? That's the thing. I only talk about this type of stuff, and it does weigh on me sometimes because I care. I'm passionate about it. I want peace for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? We all matter. Even the ones that you are out here doing this crazy stuff, we shouldn't have to wait till you get old, ain't got no more running you, to realize that all that shit you did back in the day was bullshit. And now you want to turn around and say, oh, well, I survived and got to where I'm at, this and that, this and that. Where other people that you stepped on to get where you are in your age or your accomplishments, which are nothing if you're taking everything from somebody else, it means shit. If it was up to me, we doing all this deportation and stuff for migrant criminals, we deport these criminals too. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of U.S. territories that are uninhabited. Start sending their bum asses right over there. You can learn how to make fire from sticks and stones all over again. I'd send their ass right over there, no supplies or nothing. You can rob each other of dignity. Seriously. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. A crime against the elderly person that can't defend themselves against somebody that willingly goes out there and, targets these people because they look at them as easy targets or low-hanging fruit. It's no different than somebody attacking a child that can't defend itself. That's my opinion. See you in the next video. Take care.